Happy Tuesday. How's it going? It's hot. Hot, Hot, hot here. It was so windy. I'm in Northern California, and we were having wind steadily for 2 days, clocking up to 30 miles an hour, and the pollen was crazy. It was chilly, you name it. Now, for the next 3 days, it's going to be, 85. And the temperatures are finally in. Hi, Barb. The temperatures are finally in the summer place where, even though in a few days it's going to drop back down to the 70s, overnight recovery temperatures are going to be 50, 56. So that's high fire danger, and that's HOT. Because if it doesn't, the rest of the year up here, it can get hot or it can get warmish, and then the temperatures drop down 40s, 30s, even low 20s. When you don't drop below the 50s, it never feels like it's very cold. You don't get a break. Oh, Barb. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I have been so worried about everyone in the middle to kind of the northeast of the country. I watch Ryan Hall, y'all. I was brought up to love all things nature, which includes rocks to weather. I have guidebooks to every single thing. And so I love Ryan Hall, but I have been watching, and the tornadic activity, the severe thunderstorms, the flooding, the hail. I know I talk about this a lot, but like right now, it's so dangerous. And then critical fire weather, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, through the panhandle and down. So with the winds up here, the grass that is like almost 3 feet high and was totally green before the windy weekend is now browning and drying out. So here we go. High wildfire season. Luckily, I am the person who started our fire safety council through our local county. I joined 7 years ago, and all of us on my road shed are like on it with limbing, clearing defensible space, because we're screwed. We live in the forest and on dry brown grasslands and live oak. So if fire starts, you got minutes to get the heck out of here. And you better have a place in mind that you're going to, that you can get through while the flames fly past. So I have a plan. I have a go bag. Hi, Karen. How's it going? Woo! Yes, Barb, I could never live with tornadoes. Not even. I would have a heart attack. I would have a heart attack. Karen, you don't get tornadoes where you are, I hope. Oh, my Lord. I hope your weather is good. So, I'm Lucinda. I'm in Northern California. I do 2-week build-a-boxes. That saves me time, saves you money on being able to fill a box and all the little nooks and crannies, and usually saves you money on shipping as well, unless you buy, 5 pounds worth of jewelry, which people do sometimes, and why not? Indulge. If it's what you love, get it. This is the beginning of week 2. I then invoice in week 3, and normally about the end of week 3, ship out. I just shipped out everyone's stuff yesterday because my husband isn't here, and with my back, just driving to the post office, down my dirt road to the highway to the post office, 15 minutes away, is like an exercise in pain. So, but it's all there. It's all good. He's coming back Friday. So, oh my good God. Woo. So yes, Karen. And Karen, one day I would love to, I know you're leaving soon. And when you leave and go on your annual walk, I know you're going to do shorts. And I'm really interested to hear more about that because I do my own type of pilgrimages, or have in the past, and the refreshment, the purity, the refocus of my mind, heart, soul, and body, yeah, it's something else. So I'm envious of you. Good for you. Okay, so 2-week Build-A-Boxes. This is week 2. Bill out in week 3. Ship out by the end of week 3. Yada, yada. Today, oh, that's a while. But then I guess the weather and everything too, right? And I don't know if it's like, is Karen, I'm taking time out. Sorry, y'all. Is it a something that everyone does at this time of year, or many people? Is it actually like an event, or is it your own personal event? And you don't have to tell me, but I'm inquisitive. Sorry. So today is Tuesday. Today is all buy it nows. Today is what didn't sell last week, which isn't much anymore. So usually it's more like a lot of stuff that I have that is like what your mama and your grandmother bought at Woolworth, Kresses, think dime stores, right? Because they couldn't afford the department store, but they could afford the knockoffs. And just because the prices are low, which they are, and at buy it now, doesn't mean that it's not lovely, to be cherished, to be worn today, and or bring back fantastic memories when you put it on, because it reminds you of grandma, or even just your mama and pawing through her jewelry box. I wear these right here, are acrylic tortoise shell, meant to look like a maybe tiger's eye or something, little post earrings, probably from the 70s. And I love them to death. This is just your basic, probably lucite swirled bangle. One of my all-time, I'm in love with plastics. And then this hinge buckle belt bracelet, enameled. I love stuff like this, and I will never stop loving stuff like this. So that's a lot of what today is. A lot of earrings, a lot of necklaces, and yes, some higher end pieces are in here that just are not selling. So hopefully you get a good deal. Okay, Karen. Yeah, I wish my back had not. So let me finish with Karen. I did not realize. I mean, how could you know? You can't know these things. You just don't know. You live one day at a time to the fullest and the best and the most beautiful and the most kindest that you can. At least I do. But I had no clue that after 5 years of taking care of first my mom, who then passed at home on hospice, and then my father, who was devastated, who passed at home on hospice with me, like living there. I thought I'd move back up here and do all this stuff, including traveling. And there's places I wanted to go over in Asia, and there's places I want to go into the States. I've never been to Mexico or Canada. And my back was like, nope. You have severe spinal stenosis and bulging discs. You can hardly walk around your house. You're not traveling. And I'm just like, what? So I'm pivoting. You know what? I'll figure it out, because where there's a will, there's a way. And I am an MSW, and I worked at the Center for Independent Living, the original one in Berkeley, as a supervisor for the adult ADLs, learning severe disabled people who had to learn how to do their activities of daily living differently. So I'll figure it out. Never too late. Okay, so if you bid and you win today and I don't have your information, I need it by the end of the sale at my email right there. MS, like Ms., it's like a feminist thing, although that's not what I meant, but I could mean it. C, Walker at att.net, not .com. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of water and we're going to go. And I don't do recaps, and I just go, and I go pretty fast. And if you come in late, you can go back to the beginning, drop something in the chat, or if you're watching on the replay, take a screenshot and or send me the item with the price so that neither one of us has to dig back through for the umpteenth time to find the price of a, $2 to $10 item. Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you. So today is my grandma mama's dime store, and Thursdays and Fridays is medium and higher end and includes semi-precious, antique, silver and gold items and vintage glass, etc. Very different take. All righty then. So let's go. Want to go? I want to go. Start your engines. So like I say, and I pick at random. And it's easier to just do buy it nows on a day like today. There might occasionally be starting bids, but not too often. These are these huge acrylic. To the casual observer, they're going to look like soldered sterling silver and lapis. They're quite large. They are pierced. They are quite large. If I had to guess, because they're so large, I would say 80s. These look to me as though they've never been worn. They have no scratches. Something you need to look for in acrylic. They often will have, they've been worn a lot and they get little scratches. These have none of that. And they are, I got my handy ruler here. They are 1 1/4 inches long and 2/3 of an inch across. So they're a good size. And unless someone is looking at you who deals in jewelry, they're not going to know the difference. These would look really pretty with what I'm wearing. Okay, going down. If you change your mind, they're here. And I don't just do earrings and then do this and do that. I just grab and keep going. These are really, really nice. I'm sure they were made in, well, I can't be sure, 70s, 80s. They are not a sterling silver nor a gold. This one looks backwards to me as I'm holding it up. This might be a tiny piece of turquoise, but it's more likely that it's acrylic. They're very lightweight. They are on wires, which if you see how this wire is out like that, I don't think anyone ever wore these, because otherwise this would be bent down to your taste. And they are a silver tone, a gold wire wrap, these little sterling silver tone accents with the gold little feather dangles. Very lightweight. Really sweet. And they are, I know I'm far away when I do this. And see, if I do it with my left hand, there you go. About 1.5 inches long, maybe almost 2. Okay. And like I say, I don't do recaps. And if this doesn't sell It'll come back someday, one way or another. This is a fun piece. I think it's really pretty. It's really dainty. It would make a great layering piece. Um, I'm pretty sure, based on looking at it, that it's short. I love this type of chain link and these little faux pearls. This is likely a 1960s piece. Really well done. There is no wear on these little faux pearls. And I like, you see how the silver tone links have that wave pounded construction, so it creates movement. I'm big on movement. It's got to have movement, and it's not 925, but it surely looks like it. So this hangs right at about the 15-inch, maybe 16. And again, I think it would be really nice layered with some other silver tone or actual silver jewelry. It's just a dainty little piece. This large jump ring probably was replaced at some point, and that may have been so that they added that little bit of length to fit more comfortably on their neck. And the pearls are a white sheen. A white sheen. See that? The faux pearls. And these are the type that are just, painted over an acrylic. Okay, going down. How is everyone today? Now I've gotten in the habit, I try to, of not watching my numbers of people coming in and out, because there's always so many people on, and sometimes people get kicked out. Right now there's a lot of storms, and my numbers shift constantly. And I used to freak out and be like, I can't be on. There's nobody here. And then, 2 minutes later, a bunch of people come in. Okay, this is just an incredible deal, and you either know or you don't know. I don't know how to spell this. It should tell. It should. Why do I not know that? You got to be kidding me. Doesn't say there. That can't be right, though. Latin. That's not how you spell it. Okay. This is as low as I can go on this piece. And if I have to hold this piece until I open a store, that's fine. It is one that is not common. If you go, there's the Walt Disney World. If you go and look, gold tone, if you go and look for these, this is going to be one of the last ones that you find. You'll find all kinds of other ones, but you're not going to find this one. Anything Disney World, Disneyland is really collectible. I believe this one is from the 90s. And you see, there's the lamp, the inset stones, coming out with the enameling, and there's the genie. And these online, these sell up to $100. Seriously. And I know a lot of people who are great Disney fans, and they have, a sash or a jacket or a vest or hats with nothing but Disney pins. So a collector would love to get this one in their hands, because this is not, go ahead and take a screenshot and look for this one. This is one that's very hard to find. Thank you for looking. But like I say, that one, this is the last time I'm showing it, and then it will go in a store. Okay. This has not wanted to move. I don't know why. I think it's great. I think it's sweet. And I'm just double checking real quick before I put it up. I think it's always when it's this little tiny print. No. Okay. Hi, Heidi. How's Belgium? For lack of my brain working better, I'm just putting in the word fossil. I love this piece. So the chain, and my computer always takes a second to catch up with itself. This is a snake chain, silver tone. It is not tarnished. I actually looked at the clasp just now, because my memory was that I put it on 925, but I do not see that marking. So I'm going to say that it is not, because I don't see it. I think this is a trilobite. I always want to call it an anemone, which anemone, sea anemone still exists, so that's not right. But look at that beautiful anemone. And see, there I go, trilobite. And the crack in there from the shell, these were pushed up out of the ocean and sat in the desert and in the mountains. There's, for who knows how long. I don't know. Long time. This is just a part of the fossil. This was chipped out of what looks like jasper. It's on a really nice bale, or a decent bale, let's put it that way. Looks like it was in jasper. And here's the back, and see, you can even see that line runs through on the back. It is brown, white, and black tones with some copper. It's even got some white, almost, must be, maybe this was another fossil right next to it, because I don't think it's quartz. I think it's jasper. And it's about 1 inch in diameter. Yeah, I do, Heidi. I know what humidity means. It sucks. It's super hot here. 16-inch chain. Really nice for $9. And so think about it. Yeah. You know, the first career I wanted to have, Heidi, was I wanted to be an archaeologist or an anthropologist. So um, I don't know. It's possible that piece will wind up in my ever growing jewelry collection, but I kind of hope not. I'd rather that someone bought it and loved it and that I did not add more to my jewelry collection. But if I need to, I will. If I need to, I will. Okay. This is an unknown age clamper. Oh, yeah. Yes, Heidi. Yep. I just, ugh. Mm, the discovery factor. So I kind of get the feeling, I don't kind of, I really get the feeling that this is an older piece and that this is on like a pot metal. The stones are definitely a gray color. So here's the deal. As I'm saying this and as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, hi, Ivy. Welcome. I can't imagine they made marcasites that big, but I wonder if that's what they were going for here, or if it even is marcasite. And you see how, let's do it the other way around. I have no idea. It's like this, it goes back to here. There's this band, and then it comes along to this really nice curve shape. And then it just has holes to let the light in. Here's the back. Yeah, you know what? The more I look at this, the more I'm like, my gosh, maybe it's marcasite. I've never even tested it for sterling. I've had it for so long. There's the inside hinge. And see what I mean about like the pot metal? That's not just a regular silver tone wash. So I'm not sure. No, that would be lovely, Heidi. And then these are little marcasites also. I've never seen another clamper like this. And now I'm thinking, if no one buys this, I'm gonna hold it until I get my Presidium, because now I'm thinking, So it just fits on me, and I'm a 7.25, which also means that across this way it's 2.5 inches. So you could take it down to a size 7, which would be 2.25 inches, and have it be more down this way. It's a nice piece. It's very kind of French. I don't know. But now that I'm staring at this again, I'm having a lot of thoughts about it. Oh, Ivy. You did not see squirrel typing either? Yeah. I don't have a clue. I'm thinking that I'm just looking for any missing stones. I think they're just really inset right there. Hold on. You know, Ivy, see down here, they're just really inset, but they're not gone. I don't know. It was very weird because so I type on my phone and watch on the big screen. And so I could see her on my phone, but I could not see her on my Roku, which makes no sense at all. It was very odd. Because why would squirrel block all of us? That doesn't make sense. So this is getting put aside to go in my tester for when I get a Presidium next week. Yeah, Ivy, I don't know. It's very odd. I because why would it be on my phone and not the other? And sometimes it was, and sometimes it actually wasn't. I don't know. So this is only up. Thank you, Ivy. I appreciate that because I was like, this is just weird. And yeah, why? I just got to know Squirrel, so why would she block me? I mean, she just bought a lot from me, so why on Sunday? So why would she block me? Barb X. Be safe, Barb. What's up with Barb? Barb. Hi. Oh, hi. The car. Dubois. Hi. Oh, Becca. Becca. Hi, Becca. I didn't even see you come in. I'm so sorry. And, oh, okay. No, Barb is not having tornadoes. For a minute, I was like, what happened? I didn't see anything. Oh, good. She's safe. Okay, so this is likely 1960s piece. It had a hang tag that is gone. It's a very nice chain. Gold tone. Spring ring. It's all original. It's a 16-inch chain. And then here's the problem. This piece is camera shy. It's camera shy. It's green jasper in this loop-de-loop gold tone pendant with, the faux kind of prong setting. So it's not gold. And it has orange. Do you see the spots? There is a rust orange all throughout this dark green, huge and very heavy piece of what I suspect is green jasper. See back there as well? It was just like epoxied in there, actually. That is open to the light. That is not dyed, and there is the epoxy right there. You're seeing the epoxy. And look at the bail. It's a really nice bail. I mean, this bail could go on a torque. So, were these married? Maybe. It's a really large piece. It just is camera shy. So you have to trust me that it is green with this, orange rust coming through. And I think that's a jasper. The bail is excellent. I would love to know who designed this. So from the bail down to the bottom of the loop-de-loops, it's 2 inches long, and it is 1.5 inches wide. And it's a really nice piece. It's just that it doesn't want to play under the ring lights. It doesn't. I mean, this probably weighs about 3 ounces. Did I test if that was gold? No. Perhaps I should have, but because it's epoxied in, I doubt it. And were these married, the chain and the bail? Maybe. But you could take this off and put it on a torque and use the necklace for something else. 2 for $1, $6. Thank you for looking. I don't do recaps, so if you think you're interested in anything, please. This is the last time I'm trying this ring, and then I know where it's going to go. And I am, it's just a fun ring. It's fairly common. Hold on. Wait a minute. What is happening? Okay, that was really weird. Do you have heavy rain up there sometimes? Oh, Heidi, absolutely. We get, so this year we had 3 like tsunami type storms. We got like in 2.5 days, we got like 15 inches of rain, maybe 48 hours. And then 2 weeks later, we got, like 8 hours and 24. So, yeah, we put in all new French drains around the house because the first rain, with the building needing repair, it flooded into the workshop and started coming into the house. And that was at night. It was a whole thing. And I have, I live on 22 acres. So my driveway is like this coming down for about a half a mile to my house. And the roads above it are dirt. So it was just the perfect setup for potential catastrophe. So this is a little crab. Betsy Johnson, that's what she does. Here's his red claws. So he's enameled. It's a little starfish. A little oyster shell with a faux pearl. That's enameled. Inside the little crab is a purple little rhinestone. And then his little eyes are blue. And it's funny how the stone is picking up in the middle of this starfish. It's actually pink, but because it's AB, it wants to pick up on all the blue around it, but it's pink. Here's the inside, and it says Betty Johnson with her typical little CZ stone that she does right there. And it is a 7.5. And it's just fun. Yeah. Oh, Barb, good for you. I've had this a long time and I'm losing money on it. So I'm okay with it. I have to move inventory, but I think it's so fun and I'm so glad it's going to you, Barb. The unusual, Barb. I really like it. It's too small for me to wear on my pinky, or I'd rock it. Thank you. It is really fun. Makes me want to go to the beach. That's for sure. You're not by a beach, are you, Barb? Where's Barb's bag? Barb, are you by a beach? I can't. I don't. Barb. Perfect. It used to be 7.5. Was right here for me. Then you go and have them babies. Yes. Some women lose all the weight. Other people genetically, they just don't. And I just didn't. Let's do another really. I haven't shown this in ages. And it needs Oh, well, then you can wear your ring and get a beach towel and a little beach bag and a little bit of wine or, Diet Coca Cola and go to the beach. Get a little shovel and pail and pretend you found, look what I found. This is awesome. It is, yeah. I've had this squirreled away for a long time. Wouldn't that be fun? You could be like, look what I found. This is awesome. It does have a little bit underneath two of the leaves, a little bit of verdigris. So you just need to take ketchup and clean it, or I will do it for you. This is probably 1950s, 1960s adjustable cocktail ring, gold tone. And it's not worn and it has never been adjusted. So I think it's been sitting around this whole time. Yes, why should adults always be serious, Heidi? I totally agree with you. So I love this. Look at that. But it does have right there. And right under there, just a little bit of green. Look at the triple band. And it sits up so high. And it can adjust just a little, not a lot. Is it riveted? It's actually soldered on. And the rose itself is little waffles. I wonder if it glows. And I could get the verdigris off if someone wanted me to. I would say that's a negative. It turns purple, but I don't see any green. So it fits on my 7.5, but it's really comfortable on my 7.5. So it goes down to 8.5. And if you were going to widen it at all, 8.75, but I would leave it at 8.5. And it's never been worn. I should clean it and wear it myself. Oh, no, but it just fits on my pinky. So anyway, I'm going to put it aside and clean it. I think this is the first time I've ever shown it. It's one of those things I've had squirreled away since I started selling on eBay when eBay first started. And I just have things that I just don't want to let go of, even though I need the money, or I'm in business. I'm in a business, right? So I should let it go. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll wait a little longer, a little longer. Yeah. I know a couple people named Rose. So these I've noticed I have a few more of these, and I've been noticing them around lately. I think they're fabulous, and what a great idea. So here's the back. It is loomed. Blues, clears, and black. I love this midnight shiny blue, and there's also the dark blue mixed in with the black. And then they went an extra mile and sewed in all these stones. Okay. So there's a lot going on. Let's let my computer catch up. There. There is blue vintage carved bead spacers. There is dark quartz. There is light quartz. There is black vintage bead. Here is a white vintage bead. There's a light blue one. What is that stone? I actually, some of this, like this right here, I think it's a lapis. Lapis. It's chunky and it's all glass. It's really nice and thick. Heidi, yes, you can ask questions. Of course you can ask questions. I move fast on Tuesday, but if you don't ask questions, how will you know? So these are really fun, and they're on a toggle. There's 2 closures, 1, 2. Here's the beaded toggle closure. And it is a little bit too small for me. So here's what it looks like on. Really nice summer bracelet. Great gift for a younger person, but I'm young at heart. So I would like to go with 6.75 to a 6.5. Okay, so in the middle of a lady's small. And this took hours of work. I have no idea where it was made, but it's just gorgeous blue colors. Length. Oh, do you go better with length, Barb, than you do with me saying that size 6 is like the lady's smallest, then you go to size 7 is a medium, size 8 to 9 is large? Loomed. Loomed means there's literally like a little loom, and you weave back and forth the beads. This way, then back this way. This way, then back this way. Kind of like carding, only you're kind of looming the beads in, right? So you're doing all that. And then the top, you're now sewing in all these pieces and knotting it underneath. So good Lord, I don't know how long that takes. And how are they hiding the knots? I don't know. I did some bead work, but it was a different type when I was young. And I can tell you this, it's very intensive to do it right. So the length, Barb, do you want the length with the first toggle and the, oh, well, so Barb, it is, I'm going with 6.75 to a 6.5. Okay. So from the first toggle the first loop to the toggle, it's 6.5. If you do the whole bracelet, it's 7. So with me, it would be, it's like weaving. Yes. Like weaving. Exactly. That's it. So if I make a circle, yes, it's 2 inches. And I'm a 2.5 inch. So if it's a circle, 2 inches, which is why I'm down in the middle of a lady's small. Does that help? Yeah. Okay. So think about it. This is really pretty. Enormous amount of work went into this. Enormous. Okay. Yes. No problem. Thank you for asking, Barb. This was in a lot that I got. So, and I do more like a vintage style. No problem, Heidi. Vintage style stuff with my hair, with scarves and whatnot. I do wear buns in my hair all the time. So this would be fun. Fun in a bun. This is another. So what this is loops. Individual loops sewn onto the scrunchie. This is actual flat of pink man-made pearl. It's not acrylic as far as I can tell. It's yellow seed beads. And then my computer doesn't really want to work. Some of that looks like a tiger's eye and some other green bead. I wonder where these things are being made. This could be something. See, this is a tiger's eye. I love the pink. So they're all on a loop. This is $3. I'm sure this could be at this century, the 20, what the heck are we in? The 21st, 22nd century. Something like this at Target probably would have sold for $15, and it's not very worn out. So what you do with these, it doesn't have a lot of stretch. You don't double it up like this. You make a bun at the top of your hair, and then you put it over the bun. It's really, if you like the pink and the gold color for the summer, $3. I don't think it was used very much. The inside doesn't look worn at all. Okay, I'm going to have a sip of water. If anyone is here because they're looking for a particular, I only have what I have in the buy it nows for today, but I have necklaces, earrings, rings, bracelets. Like I said, it's your mama, grandma, and us. Me, when I was a teenager, I shopped at Woolworth. Not only year round, or Kresses, not only year round, but Christmas time. There were places like Woolworth, and then my higher end, I went into the higher end department stores. I was lucky I lived in Berkeley, so I had a lot of artists around me, on Telegraph Avenue. But I spent a lot of time in the, dime stores nowadays, the stuff from the Kresses, the Woolworths, the whatever dime store it is that you have near you, even the Walmart stuff, all the little things made in Japan, made in China, made in Taiwan, made in wherever, they're kitsch, and so much of it is highly collectible, and that includes the jewelry. Oh, okay, Heidi. Good to know. Thank you. So I've shown this before. It is your 1980s animal print inset black enamel hinged cuff bracelet. It is concaved inwards just a little bit. Hi, Melly. A Maeve. See? Was that a chain store, Melly? See, because that's like East Coast stuff. I'm like, it reminds me of when I went to see my family. I was born in North Carolina. When I went to see my family, and there was this store my aunt took me to called the Piggly Wiggly with this big pig on it. And I was like 12 years old, and I just died laughing for half an hour. I just died. I was like, what? You guys shop at a place called Piggly Wiggly? It still cracks me up. The $6 bracelet, honey? Yes, you may. Piggly Wiggly. Barb, do you mean this one, honey? My face just is the biggest grin. And my aunt just could not understand why I thought it was so funny. Piggly Wiggly's in the UK? Oh my God. Thank you, Barb. I just think of a wiggling pig and I think that's a grocery store. I mean, I guess it gets you in the door. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Barb. Let me put that in. Right? Yes. I don't know. I think they're still around, but I think, all the big corporations have consolidated and things like Walmart have taken over everywhere. So, I just love Piggly Wigglies. I want a Piggly Wiggly t-shirt, y'all. So, this fits me. It's not tight, but I would want it looser. So honestly, I would go with the size is a 6.75 to a 6.5. I mean, you could wear it it turns on me and everything. That's not a problem. And I do have this other two bracelets below it. So let's go with a 7 to a 6.75. And I'll give you a measurement real quick. Piggly Wigglies. I mean, I'm over here, with places like Safeway and Andronico's. And then you send me back to where I was born and you want me to shop at a Piggly Wiggly? So because it's concave, it's a little less than 2.5 inches. The top curves in. So that's why I'm going with a size 7 to be comfortable. And it's about 1.5 inches wide. There's the hinge. No Piggly Wiggly in Canada. You have to $3 scrunchie. Oh, thank you, Ivy. Ivy Platinum. It's a fun scrunchie. And I think it's kind of elegant. So let me put your item in a bag. And thank you. Yes. There's my email. It's got an S in the middle and a .net. I mean a C in the middle. No, C in the middle and a .net. Well, I mean, I was in, the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area. So, but my budget was a dime store budget. I did not grow up wealthy. I am not wealthy now. Far from it. But everything that I have, I'm beyond grateful for. And I don't believe that money makes you happy. It's just a necessity, if you will. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay. This has been around. I did with my mother. We bought 50-pound boxes of returns from high-end department stores and sold at the flea markets in the 1950s, and a 50 pounds worth of jewelry we bought for $50. Returns. Most of it was not broken. Nothing was wrong with it. A lot of it was sterling silver, gold plated, and they literally just threw it in boxes. And so $1 a pound. And we put it out on sheets, and anything that needed a jump ring or whatever, or if it was tangled, we untangled it. We made so much money. It was just silly, stupid. So that lets you know how much of a markup and how much of a ripoff a lot of that stuff is. Retail is like 3 times, 4 times what it costs to make it. Not, 100% again. 300, 400%. So this is just this really sweet little enamel green brooch with a lot of detail that I think is absolutely lovely, but probably from the 80s. But no one has been interested in it in the many times that I've shown it, and I can only have so much inventory. Barb is in at 4. It is Barb's. Barb has seen this. Barb knows. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate it. I'm writing the wrong thing. I don't like selling items like this, kind of at a loss to me. But at the same time, when I buy things in a lot, a bunch of things, I get what I get. And if someone is not interested, then at some point it moves what I paid for it, or it doesn't move at all. I mean, it can't just sit here forever. I'm not one of those people who's going to hoard every single thing. Like, I have enough problems. It doesn't look like it, but you have no idea how much is to the sides and the back and over here and still unopened out there. And I just need repair. So no, that's a hard no. At some point, you just got to say, you know what? It's not working out. Or at least I do. I'll speak for myself. I need to say that. So, this is a piece I've never shown before, and I think it's lovely. And so, since I've never shown it before, it is, sorry. Sorry, my leg. From my back, every once in a while, my legs or my feet just do this weird cramping, and then out of my mouth comes, ow. I apologize. Here is the clasp and the jump rings. I know that these are older, clear yellow seed beads, but that does not mean that this is vintage per se, but it doesn't mean that it's not. This is brown abalone or mother of pearl. See that it is from the black tipped oyster. It's not dyed. And then here you have the smaller white with brown on the back. So that tracks that it probably all came from another country where they don't have the intense blues and purples. They have a similar to the pendant I've been showing. See there? It's a lot of color and depth on this. It just is not necessarily going to play super nice with the camera. It's a little bit short, but not too short. So it would be nice to layer with a really big mother of pearl piece that you have. Or something gold toned because of the golden yellow beads. And this is about 16 inches. And usually I would start a piece like this off at more like 20. So $10. I've never shown it before. $10 is a good deal for this. And I promise you, this is a abalone / mother of pearl. You know, there's not a lot of mother of pearl is from abalone or the black-tipped oyster or etc. It's just the white part of the shell. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. And if it doesn't, tell me in the chat, and I'll do my best to further explain it. But there you go. A mother of pearl is not. Mother of pearl is beautiful. I love mother of pearl, but it is not a. I mean, you could get mother of pearl just from like an oyster shell or something, but it is not a shell that is only mother of pearl. It is not a bead that you find, you know, in the mountains, or I mean, a stone that you find in the mountains. So I hope that what I'm saying is making sense. Okay, moving on. Blah. I'm thinking 80s, maybe 90s. Gold tone, black and red, very classic. Square oval. Enameled, but enameled. Hi, Billy. Oh, nice. I hope you're enjoying what you're eating. What are you eating? The red is got a sheen to it and is dropped down deeper. And then you see the black actually catches the red. I think that the black has this red underneath it. Yes, it does. So the whole thing is red. And then underneath that, they sprayed a black on top. And so it really pops, depending on the light, different color. I like that a lot. Here's the back. They're hollow, so they're not too heavy. Oh, Korean barbecue did a video copying you. Oh my gosh. How you look and sound on TV, Karen. That's funny. I mean, on YouTube, I mean, it's like TV. What the heck? It's everyone's new TV. So here it is on. Of course, it's way up because I have this on. But it's really nice and elegant. Did that remind you? It's really classic. It's really elegant. and it's about 1 inch across. And obviously, they. Oh, Billy! How did I. Billy? Billy. I'm sorry. Well, tell your kids and your nephew that Lucinda says hi. And please eat some Korean barbecue for me. Living up here where I do, I don't have Korean barbecue. Not unless I go over the top of the hill, crazy 1,000-foot drop highway to get over to the big city. So these were $2. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Billy. I wasn't paying attention. And I love them. Oh my gosh. Well, you got some airtime because of that. Okay. Well, I don't know that I've shown these before. And if so, this is only the second time. So they'll be coming back around. And I honor my prices for 48 hours. And after that, they go up, they go down, they go back in my inventory for a while. They, who knows? Who knows? Well, and Billy, you can also tell your kids and your nephew that buying jewelry this way is so much cheaper than going in the big department stores or box stores and buying it. And the vintage is better quality. So, hi, kids. Hi, nephew. I miss eating out a lot, but at the same time, I really don't because it forces me to cook and eat really healthy foods. And I save a lot of money. Oh, Pamela. Hi, Pamela. How's it going? Pamela, popping up. Like the Dreamcatcher earrings. Pamela, I'm not positive it's marcasite, but it surely looks like that to me as I'm staring at it. So I'm, but I can't say for sure. And the green Jasper necklace. Oh, good Lord. Okay, hold on. Sold. How are you, Pamela? Sold to Pamela. And then I have to write it down. Dream. What am I doing? I know I can do it. But I do. I'm thinking it maybe is, and I'm thinking it's a good deal. And that is the first time in the times that I've stared at it because that I noticed, wait a minute, there's something going on here. So, and I really, because it's older and it's just different looking in a way that doesn't catch on the computer so well. I just haven't like really stared at it, and that was the first time, and I'm like, oh, and so thank you, Pamela. And I really like that necklace. I really like the veil. Pamela. Okay, now I have to pull these items out. Hold on. This one. These. And this one that I put aside to test on the Presidio. Good job, Pamela. Let me put this in a bag. I'm putting the earrings in a bag. They're too dainty. Where's Pamela's bag? Pamela's bag. Pamela's bag. I know Pamela has a bag. Isn't this it? Yeah, my tags got moved around in my bags. There you go. Okay. Yeah. If you want to, Pamela, let me know. If you have a Presidium, I'll have one someday soon. Someday soon. I just have invested too much and I need to wait. For a Presidium. But I mean, the basic stones, I know. I know them, and I have my acid test for gold and silver. So first off, this is a choice, $2 each. This is an old Swedge one, 1950s. It's a type I've never seen before. I've never seen this coming through in the back like that. Gold tone. This is 1960s. You can see that we're getting industrial and stamping the metal out, right? Doesn't mean it's not fun. This one, that's acrylic, made to look like turquoise. Prong setting right there, and the little pieces right here on the side. And then these are actually kind of sharp. It's really nice, and it's layered. So it's a nice brooch. It would go great with what I'm wearing, of course. It's probably about an inch in diameter. Okay, Pamela. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just vintage. And I'm wondering antique or like just, I don't know, old. I think older than the 50s. There's something about it. And then here's the front. And this is like a golden daisies in the enamel and just the two little leaves. So it's about an inch and a half at the bottom. I've never seen one like this. And I thought it would do well, but it hasn't been getting the love that I thought it would. So $2 for either one. I think that's a pretty good price. And I like the layering there. And I just like that this is different than all the rest that are out there. And it'd be nice on a hat. It'd be nice as a hair clip. Yeah. Okay. So again, Tuesdays are my what would grandma or mama or me as a teenager wear from the dime store. Thursdays and Fridays are more high-end costume and other. Yes, exactly. I have goals. I always have goals. You got to have something to reach for, right? Got to have goals. You got to have goals. This is fun. The way that moves in there, I don't, it's not glass. I don't know. It's not glass. It's not moonstone. It could be glass. It could be glass with something that makes it do like the cat eye marble thing, but it moves with the light and changes colors. So I'm not sure. Silver tone. It's a pretty big one. And then it's this type. It's on a stretch band. And I currently have it comfortably on my 7.5. And like I say, it's big. Ivy would like 2 things. Hold on, Ivy. Thank you. It is a little over 1.5 inches long, the ring, and 1 inch wide, and it fits comfortably on my 7.5. Ivy has bought it. So I don't think it was ever worn. So I think you could probably stretch it. It could go to an 8 easy, because look how easy. So 7.5 to 8, Ivy, 2 inches long. And Ivy has purchased it, and I think it's great. Thank you, Ivy. I think it's a great ring. I also think it's great that Ivy purchased it, but I think it's a great ring. And I can't be sure what this stone is or if it's glass, but the way it moves, and it doesn't look foiled on the bottom. I don't know. Is it a moonstone? I really don't know. Ivy. And I'll get you for the other one. Ivy also wanted the $2 gold flower. Gold flower. Wouldn't that be awesome? I want a gold flower. Thank you, Ivy. I want a gold flower. Where'd it go? Okay. And Ivy, isn't this you with the scrunchie? Yep. Oh, of course I dropped it. Hold on. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay. Ivy has a bag. So Ivy, you know that I think you were here in the beginning, but I'm not sure. You know that I do 2-week build-a-boxes. So this is the beginning of week 2, and then I'll be billing out next week and hopefully shipping out by next Friday, as long as everyone's paid, right? If you ever want items like right away, you don't want to wait a whole 2 weeks, send me an email and tell me that, okay? And I will, do what I can. My post office is only open Monday through Friday. So, but I will definitely work with you on that. Oh, these are fun. I am now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. No. I'm talking to my computer, not you. Although sometimes I have to say no to one of you in the chat, but extremely rarely. Extremely rarely. The 2.5 years I've been selling on YouTube, I think I've had like some kind of kerfluffle 3 times. And I'd say that's not too bad, considering I mean, not even like lots of, I shouldn't say it, but lots of little spots and whatnot. No, haven't had to deal with that. So these are pierced. But they have this extra safety. Did it go back in? No, because I moved the, there you go, because I moved the thing. And then these are very likely 80s. No, does not want to focus. I think I'm going to have to take it off the black card. It is like a brushed gold tone. Smooth, brushed gold tone, and then etched. Oh, yes, Karen, right? Yeah. I'm actually, there was a couple things that have happened that I'm really surprised about. And I always try really hard, just like you, to work with someone and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling, and no hard feelings, or could you explain yourself, or, could we just resolve this? And, so I do try, but I don't have a lot of tolerance after. So see, here's the smooth side. And then there's the brushed. I think they're super elegant. And they're kind of twisted. Not twisted, but they're offset. They're offset so they have movement. I try really hard to make it right for everyone concerned. But after being a caregiver for 5 years for my parents and watching all that, and then coming back up here and grieving and restarting my own life, I don't have a lot of tolerance for like ongoing drama or ongoing negotiations about problems. So at some point, I'm just like, I'm done. So this is how they would be on. And I'm going to bet that they're about 1-inch hoops. I mean, the customer is always right. Absolutely applies, right? There's a lot of things that in the circle of friends, all of that, they are 1.25, a little over 1.25 inches wide. So that is diameter. I just, I don't, I'm 65. And I will do my best to make it right. I will do my best to work with you. I will do my best to explain whatever I need to explain, and let you explain yourself, whomsoever that might be. But then after that, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just like, oh, I'm 65, and I've got so much going on in my life. I just, life is too short. Life is too short. Okay. Let's see. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? This is the first time I've looked up at my little calendar that I got for free from the Nature Conservancy. And it is a mama cheetah with her baby lying there. That's so sweet. We have mountain lions, and we had a bobcat, mama bobcat, and I still sometimes hear her baby crying right up there on the road that connects a few little houses that are very separate up here, like very separate. I saw it 3 times in the daylight. So they are very cute on the picture, but they're cute when you see them in person. But I got to tell you, they will eat your dog. They will, we have mountain lions. I have bears. So at night and during the day, now that I've seen that come out so many times during the day, I'm just like, okay. I carry my bear alarm. It makes it's kind of like the air horns that you use to start a race or at a game. They're extra loud. And I'm extraordinarily careful because I'm just like, no. No, no bears, no mountain lions. Nope. No bobcats. No pack of coyotes. And I mean, the bobcat has been seen right outside our house at night. We have all kinds of animals prowling around at night. And something got in my garden and grabbed, I had put the lettuce near the fence, grabbed the lettuce. Just one of them out of the pot, and then only ate, and it's a brand new start, and then only ate a part of it and left the rest on the ground. Probably a deer, so I moved the pot away, but I'm just like, come on. So this says, I'm trying to read it. It's probably upside down. Hold on. It's Express on the front, and then it says Made in Italy on the hang tag. Oh, I didn't pull this over. Made in Italy. And is Express really made in Italy? I don't know about all that. But I do know Express is kind of like a 90s onward company. I love the vintage links on this. This is acrylic, but do you see the white modeling swirl they put in this black to truly, along with the carving, to truly try to make it look like a real stone? And then you have this nice black one. This is all acrylic. This is blue, like this really beautiful see-through midnight blue. It's acrylic. There's another light blue and midnight see-through blue. There's the confetti gold fleck. See, there's the black with the white. There's a gold tone. I love this rose colored bead with the rose spacers right there. I think that's really slick. There's another one. Here's this. Here's another. And this one's like a lava bead. I have old Murano beads that very much look like this, and they are black. I'm about to restring it into something else. So this oh, Karen, this is cool. This is a very fun piece, Karen. And the way that you layer, this is supposed to be like an asymmetrical piece, right? So however you want to wear it, even though there's the tag, you can wear it. And it's lightweight. And it's one of those things that it's like really fun, really groovy, and yet you don't have to panic if it gets stolen. Easy to travel with. And I don't think it's big enough to do the double thing. Well, maybe with the brooch. Maybe. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Um, you know, the biggest customer hassle that I had, Karen, was actually someone who lived in Canada. And it was one of those situations where I know I have a Karen bag. I believe I have a Karen. Yes, I do. You bought those earrings. Yeah. It was one of these things where someone was spending several $100s on, lower end items every couple of weeks, because I've done 2-week build-a-boxes for a long time. And they would, spend like $700 on little tiny stuff in a month's worth of time, over and over. And every time they would pay late, they would want to know, because they were in Canada, if I would like lie on the manifest sheet so that they didn't have to pay in tariffs. They would want me to tell them when UPS was showing up, even though I had nothing to do with that on my end. And it went on and on. And finally, something happened I don't remember. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I never lied for them, number one. Number two, I was like, I'm not your UPS person. It's not my fault if you have a million packages coming to your house. And then they went over to all my reseller friends and started buying from them. And I tried to warn them. I tried to say, listen, this is what's happening. You're going to have a problem. And none of them would listen to me because the person bought so much. And guess what? They all wound up getting screwed. They bought from one person like 50 items, and this person does like a month build-a-box. And then after the items were all packed, they're like, oh, I spent too much money. Could you please go through and take out this, and that, and the other? And the person was like, no, you've been buying $2 and $3 items from me for a month, and now you want me to no. So, and no one would listen to me, and they all got screwed in the end. So I was like, okay. So that's why I appreciated when you said something about people and having, a little bit of issues, because I listened, because, I don't ever want to go through anything like that again. And of course, it was always my fault. It was always my fault with this person. And I'm like, no, it's not my fault, actually. It's not my fault. It's your fault. Either, don't spend so much money. I don't know. Take tariffs into account. I'm not really sure what to say to you. But because I wouldn't lie, I was the problem, and I'm like, it's my business, and it all comes back. I'm not what. Yeah. You get people. It's social media that we all get to hide behind, right? So, unfortunately, sometimes, rarely, but sometimes we just get one of those people. I think this is beautiful. This is loomed. This is beautiful with the golden copper teeny tiny seed beads set down inside with the yellow and the navy blue to make this chevron pattern. Here is let's see if I can show you this very well. The end. So all those little beads is like where the thread is ending and they're starting another loom. You can just barely see a tiny piece of thread in there, Heidi, if you look right there. It's just, these are done on cotton thread. I think, and this one's nice and thick. if you have a school that's yellow and blue colors, the 4-year university that I went to, I mean, I could have gone there if I wanted to get my master's. I could have stayed, but I transferred, was gold and blue for all the sports teams. This one has 3 toggles. So this would be, it's like a choker. This would be great, just general summer wear, but it just all of a sudden reminded me of my my first universities and the university my father retired from teaching at. Colors. I used to always go to the football games. I love football. I don't have anyone that will watch football with me. It's very depressing. If I had someone that would watch football and go to the games with me, man, I'd be happy. So it is a little tight on me. It could loosen up to right there. My neck is a little wide, so I'm going to give you a length. So that you will know what size your neck is here, because as I've aged, I've got this unfortunate, didn't used to. Used to be the Brick House song measurements. Not anymore. And with my back like this, and they want you to like move and exercise. So, people. Oh, 14. So to the end of the last toggle that you could put it in, it would be 16 inches. I'm going to call it 15. The way that it fell on my neck, I'm going to call it 15 inches. I'm going to call it 15. And if you have a smaller neck, 15 would usually be like this on me, and maybe it's because I have this necklace on underneath it. If you could lay it flat like that, that's beautiful. Yep. Okay, moving on. Karen, do you watch football too, or just hockey? I've never watched hockey, which is surprising to me because I love to yell at the TV. The Super Bowl every year is my chance where I sit down and I just scream at the people on the TV. It's a lot of fun. And I think, it's that it's just that place where we get to yell and scream in a fun way and let all that out without really hurting anyone, and so I think that's what football, hockey, etc. has evolved into, from the Roman games where it actually really was brutal. I couldn't watch that. I don't know. I mean, it was just a different time then, right? It was a long time ago. That would not amuse me. But football, etc. Baseball, I don't not enjoy baseball, but it moves too slow. I want action. If I'm watching a sport. Basketball, I went to a few basketball games when I was younger. But man, the athletes and the smell is something else. So this is solid gold tone, little inverted rectangle. And then this one is a light blue with some AB. Just a little bit. It might be foiled under there instead. This one's purple. This one is two-toned gold and black with a little bit of cream. This one is again like a light purple, a light blue, and an inverted clear. So it's on a necklace and it's this long dangle. It's very well made. There you go. And you can see it's open and foiled, not foiled, coated, like AB. That one's closed. And just the dangle itself, excuse me, is about 5 inches long. It's really nice, and it has great articulation in between each one. So I love that. And then the chain is super fine gold tone. Really long. Really long. There's the clasp, and it even after all that has a 3-inch extender. Yeah. So how long is it, y'all? It's pretty long. I like this piece a lot. I've thought about keeping it. Yep, I like the Eagles. I grew up, being a 49er and the Oakland Raiders that are no longer in Oakland. Oh, and the 49ers, are they even in San Francisco anymore? I think so, but they're, they've come up in the world, but they're not fantastic. So this comes down to right here, kind of at the bottom of everything. So it is 2, 5, about 26 inches long without the extender. And it really catches the light, and it's done really well. And it's just a simple light piece to wear in the summer. I think that's only the second time I've shown it, so it'll be coming back around. Remember, I honor my prices for 48 hours. Let's see, how much more time? 23 minutes. Boy, I've been going through my box pretty well. Good for me. The Eagles, I think, have been doing, we are talking football, I believe, and I think, and if I'm correct, because I don't have anyone that will watch football with me anymore, and I'm going to subscribe this year to a dang sports station and watch the football games on Mondays and whatnot by myself, because I enjoy it. But I believe the Eagles have been doing well or better in the last several years. And I could be totally wrong because it happens. Okay. This is going to be for your choice. One has a blemish, the other is perfect, and again, unusual. The only reason one of them is here is because I've had it since I sold on eBay starting in 2000, 2001. And if it doesn't sell today, it's going in my personal collection. So this is the first one. 1950s swedgeback, riveted construction. Cream. The way the petals are cut is really nice and unusual. Very similar more to like a real flower. the real little rose. But then look, it's this beautiful cream with this delicate enameled in green, like kind of a light moss green lines like that, similar to like how a flower, it would just be white and then it would be variegated right at the ends. And then the stamen in there is stunning. See, there's the color. It's not really a turquoise, although a little bit turquoise, but like a moss. It's really, I haven't seen one in this color wave or with this type of cut petals before. And it's about 2 inches in diameter. Would match this shirt quite well. Yeah, if it doesn't sell, I've shown it. I've had it hoarded in a box for 20 some years, and then I've shown it enough times that it won't be shown again. Another 1950s. This one has the really interesting cut petals, and they are layered over top of each other. So there's none missing. It's just the way they're layered. Someone asked me that when I showed this last week. There is one spot right there where it's missing colors. This is where you twist the clasp. So I'm assuming that's how that happened. Now, the problem on this one is that right in the middle, it's missing the navy blue. This is navy blue and white. So I don't care about that. And honestly, what I would do is take a drop of white paint and put it on there. Or if you have some dark navy blue paint, fill it in that way. But I would prefer to put a tiny circle of white paint. You got some white house paint around? Boom. And this one's even bigger. This one is about 3 inches. And this is another one. If it doesn't sell today, I'm going to put it aside, and I have white paint in the workshop here. And I will put white paint in a circle right there, and I will happily wear this. It's a nice one. So there you go. So both of those, 48 hours, because they're both going into my personal collection. So remember, Thursday and Friday, I'm putting the thumbnails up after this sale. I will be bringing, rock crystal, cloisonné owls, I don't even know, D&E Juliana earrings. I just got a whole bunch of new stuff. So look and see. Oh, Barb. Did you sneak attack, Barb? Hi, Barb. Which one or ones do you want that I don't get to keep anymore? Barb. Thank you, Barb. No, thank you. Thank you, Barb. Barb. Thank you for keeping me on my toes and making me laugh, Barb. I appreciate you very much. And you are like me. You're like, I don't care about that, or I could just put a little dot of paint. Yep. Thank you. I love them too. And this one, I'm serious. I've had this in a box since I did eBay 2002, whatever year they opened, they started. I began selling on there and I sold for years. And then I stuffed it away in a box. And then I pulled it out, a couple years ago. And every time I brought it up, no one was interested. And I was like, I don't get it. It's so lovely. The stamen in there I've never seen one like that. Never. And the color wave, never. I mean, and I guess that's the great thing about enamel brooches is that every single one is different, right? So, I mean, I don't know. But a lot of them they are all different. This is not going to work for that. They are all different, but a lot of them are the same type of design over and over again. And that one is just unique. So I'm putting them in bags so that when I put them in your bag, they're not going to get scratched or dented in any way. Thank you. Thank you, Barb. Okay. So if anyone came in late and you want to look back at what I brought and drop in the chat that you're interested in it, now would be the time to do that. When my timer goes off, I'm done. And or you can email me. There's a C in the middle and I'm a .net. Please do a screenshot and tell me the price with the screenshot. Thank you. Here you go. These are very, very pretty. Heidi, you're still here. What time is it in Belgium, Heidi? How many hours difference is it? That might help me. I don't know. Is it like 14 or is it 18 or I don't know. I should look that up one day because I know it's late where you are because you were saying a sale that was at like 5 or 6 was 2 in the morning for you. It's 20 to 2 in the morning. Oh, Heidi, honey, you must not be feeling good. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. These are this incredible blue. Do you see? And it's satin glass. Gold tone. So see there with no light shining through. The top beads are not quite the same color as the bottom. Well, yes, they are. They are, but they're showing too bright. And then they have this gold spacers. They're on a rod. Gold tone wire. These have never been worn. Oh my gosh, Heidi. Well, you know what? And the problem is I need a real flashlight over here. So because this is purple, but it gives you an idea of the color of the glass. It's not purple, but it is this really beautiful midnight blue unless the light comes through. And they are a little over an inch long. Just sweet little earrings. I love glass earrings. Yes. Oh, Heidi, I'm so sorry. And these are something I could see keeping as well. So I'm going to debate on that now. Heidi, my dad, a royal night blue, there you go. My dad, towards the end of his life, as you know, nothing, it did have to do with pain. It did. He had pains that kept him awake. But also, just as we get older, our rhythms change, our biological rhythms. And he was so stuck on the old school, you go to bed at this time and you wake up at 5:30 in the morning. And, that's the way it is. And so he would get up at that time, even without having hardly any sleep. And I said, Dad, you're 85 years old. You're 86 years old. Why don't you just sleep until 10 or 11 in the morning and then stay up till midnight? I mean, who cares? You're doing whatever you want in your own house. Just, nobody cares. But he was like adamant. And I was like, okay. So he was just constantly sleep deprived and fell asleep eating breakfast and stuff. So then I'd have to wake him up, so he wouldn't like choke on food. But I'm like, so you are like me. It's like we adjust our ADLs accordingly. Our activities of daily living. If we can't sleep and we're up till 5:30 in the morning, there's nobody there that's going to rag on us. Sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, who cares? Honestly, I mean, yeah, exhaustion. Oh, Heidi, honey. No, just let your schedule change. Nobody's judging you except probably yourself. Because if you're anything like me, that's what's happening. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is not Avon. I knew when I was saying that that's not right. It's Monet. It's a Monet. But it's clearly towards the end of their time. So that says nothing. Towards the end of their run, because it's just not the super high quality Monet. It's not horrible, and there's something to me that is just really fun about it. It is just a linked together, I forgot the name of this, kind of like a bar chain, but when you have it in your hands, you can feel, that it's that cheaper, getting towards that end of the Monet, and the quality just isn't there. Oh, you have to be at school. Heidi, do you teach? I am learning so much about you. I think we would have a good time talking in person. So it's got a nice bail. It is this gold tone, and it is acrylic. On the one side, I'm so sorry. On the one side is white, like a marble. And on the opposite side is black. And so this is going to be a future collectible one day, right? Future vintage. I think it's really fun. It's short. It's like 16 inches. Oh, you still study. Well, good. You keep yourself active. I was saying the other day when I showed this that you could use this to tell people your moods. Today I'm in a dark mood. Don't mess with me. Today everything's bright and sunny. It's safe to come in the house. So it's just, it is what it is. And honestly, I'll tell you what I would do if I had this. Even though the chain has the Monet on it, it's got a nice, isn't it solid? Yeah. It's got a nice solid bail. The design on here is really fun. The acrylic is fun. I would lose this chain, like just do something else with it, and put this piece on a different, smaller gold chain to give this more of the pop that it deserves. Yep, that's what I would do. Okay, thank you for looking. Yeah. Well, you got to do something to keep yourself busy, Heidi, you know. I think the only time my dad truly got rest when they weren't poking and prodding and bothering him was every time he went to the hospital, which was like every 3 weeks, because he usually was there for several days. And the main thing he did was just sleep constantly because he didn't have to do anything. So maybe in that way it was good for him. I don't know. It was sure stressful for me, man. This is going to be a choice. Been thinking about my dad and him being in the hospital a lot lately, so forgive me. It just kind of came up and came out. So one of these is very vintage and one is modern. Both are glass. These are AB, just barely AB. They have the lightest coating and they have the prong setting, the long fingers. They are clip-on wire. See the flash of AB? See that those are called fingers when they're that long, so that it encompasses virtually the entire crystal piece. This is glass. These are really fun. And these are from the early 50s. They're barely AB coated. A little over an inch long. The clips still hold onto your ear. I did try it. However, I wouldn't want to be like someplace where, you know, you were going to be flipping your head around a lot. But the other option for these is to lose that, undo this, and put these on earring wires. Look at the shine on my fingers. You know, and then I would figure out something to do with those. Like these could be cut off right back here. I'll show you. Cut off right back here. There's a circle. So you could cut right there, and then you could glue a teeny tiny brooch back or a safety pin, make it into little brooches. You could probably, you know what? You could probably glue, or if you really wanted to, take this to a jeweler or a friend who knows how to solder and just have an earring prong soldered on there so easily, and then make that into post earring. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm very tempted to have that done. So that's the first pair. Yes. Studs. I know some people who do that type of thing, and I think it might be worth it. Hi, Melly. Melly, you're still here. Melly, what did you make for dinner? Let me show the other one, and then I'll look and see. I don't even know the answer to that question. I know what you're saying, but I also don't know. So hold on. This behaves like this. If it will behave, come on, behave. Oh, behave. What movie is that from? I don't know, y'all. Okay, I don't want to keep playing with these. It's taking too much time. There you go. So these are also glass, and then they're modern because they're glass, but they have that wire behind them on these wires. So here's what I would do once again. Pull these wires off very carefully with a needle nose plier. Just pull them off and have these glass AB coated crystals. Just like that. And if someone wants these for $3 and you want me to pull the chains off for an extra $1, I will. Okay. Now, can I tighten them? Millie, how do you tighten them? Do you tighten them right there? Where this little piece is? And what did you have for dinner, Miss Melly? Melly is a good cook. She's always cooking interesting things, so I'm always curious. Is that where you tighten them? Do you just press this in, Melly? Because that's the only way I see. Whoops, there goes my little thing. That one could do something. See, because right there it stays on your ear, but it's just that little loose. So I'm thinking you're saying, press that in, Millie. So Millie, if you come back, you can let me know. And I'm going to go ahead and take the wires off those other ones and bring them back around at $5. So Millie, maybe you can email me. Well, sorry about that, Heidi. I have a small piece of salmon left from what I cooked the other night. I did get a salad at my little local place that is a half salad. It's like huge, enough for 2 nights. And then I have more like kale and whatnot salad mix I can add to it. And cooked sweet potatoes for dinner. Oh, ooh, yummy. Oh, rained out. For unexpected spouse. Hubby got rained out so fast, dinner for unexpected spouse. There you go. Sounds good to me. So yeah, I don't know that those ones can be retightened, but I'm telling you, I think I'm just gonna they work but not well enough. I'm gonna take the chains off and put them on wires, and I'm gonna take the chains off the other ones that are already on wires, and I'm gonna think about making the others into posts. So I'm gonna do 2 more, and that's it. So now is the time. If you've come in late, go back and see what I've brought, because prices are like rock bottom, where I'm cost averaging, barely making a profit today. And so Thursdays and Fridays are, we're getting into the 20, 50, 100 and over prices. I always bring some affordable items, but nothing like this, only on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays. So that kind of gives you all a bookend of, when you might want to show up as well, depending on what you're looking for, right? So I love this. I have to show this, and I have not shown it before, but I love it because it looks like real silver, even though it's not. It's woven. It's all that good stuff. Hi, Leonore. How are you? Did Jen just end? Because didn't she say that she's on like 5 hours? And maybe you had a break and ate dinner. It's nice to see you, honey. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So I think she only comes on once a week or once every couple of weeks and just marathon. My body, I can't marathon it. So this is so cool. Oh, I don't have grandkids. I have grand kitties. I have grandkitties. I will never have grandkids. My nephew has a child, so I'm a great aunt. So look at this. This is so cool. Look at the design, and it stretches. It looks like sterling. It can't possibly be. I didn't test it, but I didn't test it. So, it's 2 rows with this third just kind of placeholder in the middle. It's an open weave. And then look at this. I love the design of this. I'm trying to be very conscious of not dropping it on my computer because it's a magnetic bracelet. Isn't that fabulous? I didn't test it because where I got it from, it's possible. You got those too, Here's the magnet. It's really strong. I didn't test it. I got it in a huge lot, and I did get, several, like probably about 30 pieces that are really good, high quality. And this might have been one of those, and I'm making a big mistake in not, testing it. But I didn't. I mean, that's real silver, and it's possible. So it fits tight on me. It fits tight. So, but I love that it's magnet because it just boom. I want to do this the other way around. So I would say this is a size, I'm going to go with 6.75. Maybe a 7 would work. It's just a little tight on me. And I would want it like that, where this shows. So if my wrist is a 7.25. So if I had a size 7 wrist, it would be easy to put this on and then turn it to where that shows. I just think it's really, really nice. And again, I don't know if it's silver or not, so it could be to your advantage. And if it's not silver, it looks like silver. Size, I think it's a size 6.75 to a 7, Karen. But let me measure the inside diameter. Karen, do you prefer the inside with a circle, or do you want the length? I don't have one of those cones. I learned the chart in my head by inches across. So I don't have a cone. I should probably have a cone, like a visual aid for people, right? I don't have one, but I probably should. Oh, yes. Because it's 2 inches. So yeah, it's so 2 inches. I'm 2.5 inches. It's 2 inches this way. I'm 2.5 inches for 7.25, which means that this is, like a 6.75. So it is too big. It's really too bad because it's just, it's a good one. Okay, Melly, I'm doing one more item and then I'm going to, honey. Love you. Good night, Melly. Thank you for popping on, sweetheart. Oh, and Melly, sorry I didn't come watch Sunday, but I was doing a sale that started at 10 in the morning for me. So that's why I wasn't there. I am not, my body aches so much getting up in the morning. I can hardly walk. So I usually don't do anything till noon. Well, I answer emails and whatever, but I'm not active. Okay. Last item. What does someone want to see? Last item. I'm going to do this. Last item. I'm going to do this. And I have been flabbergasted that no one has wanted this. On Sunday, I brought it for, at my friend's sale, 2023. I don't know, but it's fantastic, and I don't understand it, but there you go. This is the last piece. So I honor my prices for 48 hours. I don't understand about this piece. This is a black tipped oyster pendant. You see how it has the browns and the black mother of pearl / abalone going through with, you can see the purples in there, but you don't get the blues so much. You get the blacks. Golly, see the purple, the blacks, the mauves, the browns, the white. There's a little bit of blue right there. And you see the black here. It's a very thick pendant. The black, that is because it's not a West Coast. It's not the Pacific Ocean. And then on the opposite side, you can wear it either way. It has the black and the white mother of pearl with the purples. And you see how the black pulls over and from the edge. This was the edge of the outside of the shell. And it is my understanding that these black tipped oysters are the ones that make the Tahitian pearls. Now, that is tiger's eye beads. So it is wrapped with tiger's eye. You have your olive wood beads. I'm presuming this is from another country. And all of that in between, except for the silver tone spacers, is tiger's eye. The little ovals and the long spacers is tiger's eye. This is a beautiful, beautiful necklace. It is old. It's got that great lobster claw. And I think it's actually, yeah. Okay, first time I've seen it, because I don't pay a lot of attention when it's something like this. There is 925. So this is a 925 clasp. Doesn't mean a lot to me. It's just the clasp. So I never really get too excited. But see this tiger's eye? It's a beautiful necklace. It's just one of those ones that's really elegant while being understated, while being just classy. It can be boho, it can be summertime, it can be winter, it can be dressed up elegant, it can be dressed down with just a summer dress. It's really up to you. And the fact that the bottom can be either side, and the black coming in, it's beautiful. It's got, I think, one of my, there you go, hairs. And it is about 22 inches long with the pendant drop is about 3 inches. So it's about 25 inches long. And I will not drop it lower than 16. In fact, it'll just go back in my inventory and sit and wait and come back up in price. Because it really, this is a piece. I've never seen tiger's eye beads before, and never this kind of wrap. It is on cord. It is probably from the 70s. And yeah, it deserves to be at a much higher price. So it's just going to go hide back in my inventory for a while. Oh, apparently it's not. Thank you, Heidi. Pamela, you have watched this come down, 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 down. And I'm still able to make a profit at that, but thank you, Pamela. You got that at a great price. Just one of those pieces. I have so much inventory, and I'm just like, well, okay, I can make a little bit. So, thank you, Pamela. Okay. So, no. No, what, Pamela? No, what? Pamela, before I sell it to you, what do you mean, no? Pamela, are you saying you're retracting your bid? Are you saying don't put it away? What, Pamela, just confirm that you actually want this necklace. Please. Because that no confused me. I mean, I know I'm just talking away, but it's not going back into my box. No, it's not. Okay. No, I have a couple customers who are Barb is one of them, you're one of them. I have a few others who are like, no, you brought that down to a price where it's mine, it's not going back. Thank you, Pamela. Let me put it in a bag, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to say that our time is done for today. I'm going to take my doggy out and feed the animals, feed myself, shuffle on up to bed after I put in my thumbnails for Thursday and Friday. So thank you, everyone who's been here today and looking. I appreciate you. Prices are good for 48 hours. I know I keep saying that, but it's very true. Thank you, everyone, for your bids, your purchases, for being here, for chatting. I appreciate it. And I'll be back Thursday with medium range and some affordable, and Friday with a sale and chat and high end. Thank you, Karen. Heidi, go to bed, honey. Good night, everyone. Take good care. See you soon.